Today we got blindsided by the sad and shocking news that Paul Reubens, better known as the truly iconic Wee Herman, has died. And speaking for Scales and Duff, this one hurts a lot. You know, it's a strange thing grieving over somebody that you don't know personally, but sometimes people have such a big impact on you that it feels like they're actually always there. And Pee Wee's always been that kind of figure for the three of us. It's one thing to watch a show, watch a movie, and then enjoy it in the moment, but then after a while, you let it leave your mind. But some things just stick with you and become a part of you, and that was Pee Wee. As kids, we watched Pee Wee's Playhouse every Saturday morning. The intro was great. It really was one of the all-time classic children's shows. But Pee Wee's Big Adventure is one of our all-time favorite movies, collectively and individually. We all saw it as toddlers in the late 80s, and it left an indelible impression on us. It's a movie that we've not only watched time and time again continually through our lives, but we reference it all the time and we impersonate it. It's part of our everyday conversation. At my wedding, I had only two instructions for our DJ. Number one was don't play I Got a Feeling by the Black Eyed Peas because I'll walk out of my own wedding. But number two, and more importantly, was please make sure you play Tequila by the Champs because I want as many people as possible to come out on the dance floor and do the Pee Wee dance together. And that's exactly what happened, and it was one of the highlights of the night. I think we all expressed how much we love Pee Wee in a throwdown that we did a while back, where we had to choose between Wee Herman and Ernest P. Worrell, who both now are sadly departed. I'm including that throwdown episode here after this message so you can hear from Scales and Duff as well. Then we really just talk about how much we loved Pee Wee, and I don't think that I could say it much better here. So rest in peace, Paul Reubens. Thank you very much for creating a character that's brought us so much joy and so many laughs for the past nearly 40 years and is going to continue to do so in perpetuity. Thank you.
And Scales, you're going to be the first one to have to go. Ernest or Pee Wee?
It's easy. It's oh, I almost said the wrong one.
It's stupidity.
It's so dumb. It's stupid. No, it is P.W. Herman. Yes, paging Mr. Herman. Mr. Herman. When you said his name on the intro, it just makes me laugh even hearing his name. I don't know why. And just think about how ridiculous of a character he is and all these crazy things that he says and does. And it just gets me. And Ernest was good, but I loved Pee Wee a lot more as a kid. Obviously, we all loved Pee Wee's Playhouse. Watch that every Saturday morning. And then Pee Wee's Big Adventure. Just a classic nostalgic movie there from our childhood. Never got too big into Ernest as a kid. Like I remember watching a couple of the movies when they would go on TV, like Ernest Goes to Camp and Scared Straight and some of those, but I just never found him quite as funny as Pee Wee. So for me, it's Pee Wee Herman. That's my pick.
Ernest Scared Straight is definitely a different movie. There's
Wait, what do you mean?
There's Ernest Goes to Jail, and there's Ernest Scared Straight.
So Scared Straight.
Scared Straight is the one where he goes to jail,
and they yell him to like get his life straight or something. They're like,
the troll from Scared Stupid is his cellmate. Oh man,
I'm glad you caught that because I
oops, Ernest Scared Straight.
Oh, all right, Duff.
Good. All right. So on one corner we have Pee Wee, and I mean, yeah, I used to watch him all the time when I was a kid. Got super into that when I was younger, and watching Pee Wee's Playhouse and his movies, and he was just so outrageous and just all over the place, and I just would always crack up with his little tuxedo that he would have, and I mean, the Alamo, and just looking for his bike, and it was just great. But then on the other corner you got Ernest, and I have great memories of watching, like, going to summer camp and going and saving Christmas, and there's some things from that I can quote, but I think the end of the day, I got to go with what, I kind of grew up with a little bit more and remember a lot more. And I'm going with PW. Mr. Herman is my choice. And it wasn't an easy one, but that's what I got to go with.
That's fair. All right, it comes down to me now, huh? So much like you, loved the both of them. Pee Wee's Big Adventure is one of my all-time favorite movies, probably my favorite comedy. I've seen it many times. I could probably recite the majority of it. It's something I quote regularly, something we play regularly on this show. Pee-wee's Playhouse, I used to watch a lot when I was a kid. It was really a great show for children, and another one where there were some jokes for adults in there too. But it was really a child-focused show. No, Paul Reubens was actually very careful to cultivate that character. Like he was a smoker, and he never wanted to be photographed smoking cigarettes because he didn't want to influence children. Like he really had children's best interests at heart. And on the other hand, you have Ernest, who's a lot of people, the people who don't like the movies hate him, not Jim Varney, but the character. But he's such a lovable character. I feel like he's just like Pee-wee. You don't really know what he is.
How can anyone hate his character?
Pee-wee is just like man-child. You don't really know what his deal is. Like, he's an adult. He lives in a house, but he's got all these toys and he's strange. Ernest is just like the hapless guy who wants to. There you go. He's the hapless good guy who's just ill-equipped to really do anything, and just
it's too good.
And he's just so likable, and Jim Varney is so funny and just like so quick and on it. But at the end of the day, I have to go PW as well.
Another clean sweep here.
And I know and going through this was like someone's unraveling a big cable knit sweater, but someone keeps knitting and knitting and knitting and knitting. But yeah, I mean, if it was based just on Pee-wee's Big Adventure alone, I'd have to go with Pee-wee just because I love that movie so much. Big Top Pee-wee is a little bit of a dud. It has its moments. Weird. Yeah, it has its moments. But yeah, I gotta pick. It really hurts. This is another one. As many times I've mentioned my cousin Jackie at this point. Hi Jackie. We've watched Ernest Goes to Camp probably on repeat many summers. I still love that movie and we'll watch it all the time. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah. So I remember they both had TV shows that were on around this, like one after the other, I feel like, on Saturday mornings when we were little. And
what was the Ernest show? I don't remember that at all.
It was called Hey Vern, It's Ernest. And I somehow, when you're a kid, you just like make things up sometimes. You just take things that are different. And you're like, oh no, like you just make them fit. I somehow decided that Pee-wee and Ernest were the same. I remember one time, I think my mom said, "What are you watching?" I was like, "This is Pee-wee when he was younger." Ernest was on. I was like, think about it. And even then, I was like, wow. I don't even know what that means.
He went from a grown-up tuxedo to a Canadian tuxedo when he was a kid.
There you go.
That makes sense. There you go.
Yeah. It's painful choosing that. I mean, I was Ernest for Halloween.
Yes, you were, and no one knew, and no one got it. And
not no one.
I loved that.
A few people did when we were out, and even people at our house. Like they came like, Ernest. It's like, yeah. But a lot of people were just like, duh,
No idea.
These are the same people that loved Dave Mustaine.
Yeah, I listen to Dispatch, Guster, OAR, Dave. Oh, Mustaine? No, Matthews. Oh, okay. at our preppy college.
I love that.
This is why I had at least two friends.
Well,
yeah. I think I had 7. Wasn't bad.
You held your own.
I will say a quick little thing. One of the funniest moments is still goes to Ernest. I think the clip that you love as well, Cass. The one reason he's in the school bus, and it's like it stops, and he just like outrageously falls out of the bus with the door, and he knocks it open, and he falls out of the bus. That's one of the funniest moments out of either of these characters.
That's gonna have to be one of our TikTok clips. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so outrageous, but so funny.
Did you guys
possible to happen?
Did you guys have a lot of Pee-wee toys? I had a lot of the toys that came out.
I had some, not a lot.
I only had one.
Yeah, I had the pull string talking Pee-wee, and then I had a lot of the action figures from the Playhouse.
Yeah, I had more of the Playhouse stuff.
I think I just had a Pee Wee doll, like a miniature one, not the one with the drawstring.
That's true.
Drawstring,
And then-
pull string, whatever. The string.
Yeah, I know what you
Drawstring.
meant. Another, so like a random thing from my childhood is in our house we had a VHS of Back to the Beach, like with Frankie Avalon and Annette Funicello, like one of those super cornball movies, you know, like Dave Coulier was in the Full House episode. But in that one, Pee Wee makes like a guest appearance, like it comes on the beach and like I don't know if he does the tequila thing, but
Oh God.
like I don't maybe my parents like this movie or something, but I would always put it in and fast forward to the Pee Wee part and then turn it off because that's all I cared about. But it was like this hidden gem. Like, why is Pee Wee even in this movie? I don't care, but I'm gonna find it and watch it on repeat.
That's so funny.
I'm trying to use the phone! Well, my mistake.
There's so many. There's so many.
I even got Taylor to like Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, was we went on vacation and I brought some movies and I said this is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I put it in. She's like yeah, it's like I was watching the first like 20 minutes thinking like this is one of your favorite movies of all time, and then halfway through addicted, loved it.
We need to do a full length episode breakdown of Pee Wee's Big Adventure one day.
Well, I think what we're gonna have to do is we're all gonna have to make a short to tequila doing the Pee Wee dance.
Oh God, yeah.
So you heard it here. I'm committing us to doing this. So
All right, I'm in.
You know, we're getting older. We
Maybe-
have a chance of injury. This could
Sprained
be,
ankle.
You know what?
you know, pulled muscle.
I just realized now at the wedding, I'm gonna make sure that he plays tequila.
Yes,
We're all gonna have to
you
do the dance.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
All right. Well, that's it for today. I feel like I killed one of my childhood idols, but
No.
but please like this video. That sounds very desperate. Let's try that again. Like this video if you like it. Subscribe to our channel because we put up a lot of content. It's usually better than that, little pitch I did just there. But we put up content every Friday. We have a bunch of shorts going up. We put up other random content. And then
I'm
subscribe
wearing
to-
shorts right now.
Me too.
Cool.
And I see the sleeve monster got you.
He did.
Again.
And subscribe to us on social media. We're on TikTok and Instagram. Scales does a great job putting up content all the time, puts up highlights of the show. That's Throwbacks Technodrome Pod. And listen to us on Apple and Spotify if you don't want to look at our faces. I mean, I get tired of seeing me all the time. I don't really get as tired of seeing Duff as I thought I would. It's really more, I don't want to look at myself anymore. But yeah, if you want to just listen to us, we're on there. So subscribe to us on there. Leave us a review because we have a 5-star rating, but nobody's saying anything. And we need to spread the word. But otherwise, until next time, we bid you adieu. Have a good one.
Bye.
Toodaloo.
Pickles. Gross.